Oasis for burn. I love the Crisp Mage. I want to keep running that. Just run more payoff cards. Okay. Well, we had too many payoff cards. By the way, if you're wondering why we've slimmed down on the payoff cards, this is why. We go to Pauper, Active. I don't know if we're going to do another match. I think I'd rather play Modern if we're going to do any more. So we actually had too many payoff spells in the last one. We had 4 Empath, Mandrills, Crotic, Ogre, Fault Grinder, Splicer, Weaver, Crusher. We had too many payoff spells, perhaps, in the last build. The last build was also running guides. So this other build, we're trying to do a better job just being a Mandrills deck, I think, is what we're trying to do. Brew with the Tilling Treefolk. We already had Tilling Treefolk mentioned and not tested yet, though, Jasper. But Tilling Treefolk is another potential. No, Spider plays well in the meta. Mandrill's turn 2 plays fine in the meta. If you're worried about Gurmag, you could main deck the Dead and Gone. Because their deck is generally, like... I mean, eventually they'll get another one in the graveyard, or be able to cast another one, but typically a lot of the Gurmag Angler decks of the format actually do have a hard time getting the second or third or fourth one online that goes for, even if it's the same Gurmag. So Dead and Gone's really flexible for that reason. I like Dead and Gone a lot, actually, in Pauper. So far. Not necessarily more than just the place at a bolt, but I really like this card. It'll kill all the small creatures in the format. If it's anything bigger, you gone. Am I going to play Cube? Absolutely. Rolling Thunder sideboard. I mean, part of me wants me to always have Mandrills, though. Because then the deck's just not doing... Like, what are we doing? We have Spiders, we have... If we didn't have... We're going to maybe even test the Tinder, I'm not sure. Let's be real for a second here. The only acceleration I'm really happy with in the deck so far is the Jack and the rotation. Every other accelerant we've tried, I haven't been happy with. Outside of just, like, the double lands themselves. Maybe Gruul Turf is going to be in that category. How's it going, Dim? I haven't been happy with any of the accelerants outside of rotation and Jack and the double lands. Maybe we should just stick with the ones that we like. Yuka says, is my metagame still really blue? Yeah, I mean, we got Pyroblasts. I wish I owned more. I'd play a playset. We could maybe get some more eventually, Pyroblasts. I set a goal for a Hydroblast today, but we never got there. Because I'm also playing a blue deck. Surprise, surprise. I'm playing, is it Clout that I designed? And I don't know about these walls. I like the idea of either Lotus Petal and or Simeon. Just run Pulse. Which Pulse? Oh, Pulse and Marasa? This one? That's sort of ramp? Not really. Tailing wants me to run the Tusker. We could. Tusker... I didn't hate the Tusker. Blue's still overpowered. Should we play 4 Blast, 4 Red? I don't have that many, though, Yuka. I'd love to raise funds for those cards. They're really, really super sweet. No, you would just run 4 Pyros. That's true. Blast is not legal. It's seriously close, though, guys. Other ramp I've been pleased with. I've been pleased with how Lotus Petal lines up with Mandrills. I've been pleased with how Simeon Spirit Guide lets me Lumberjack, even if I wanted to play a double land that first turn. I think Guides and Petals are actually where I still want to stay. Reap and Sow. No, I feel like we've got the threats. Like we've got... Penumbra lines up really well in the metagame. Without having to main deck the Power Blast, which I don't think we should be doing anyway. The Mandrills... I still kind of prefer Simeon because worst case scenario, he's a 2-2, whereas Lotus Petal won't give me a creature. I mean, Lotus Petal is still technically better with Mandrills. But we're just a Mandrills deck, and that's all we're going to try to do. Run Reap and Sow. Reap and Sow was played in old pauper lists. Was it? Oh, it's one of the split cards, isn't it? I think Reap Sow was one of the split cards. Obviously don't own one, let's find out. Okay. What, think of lumberjacking into Elder? I'm fine with Elder. Yeah, Reap and Sow was one of the split cards, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Reap and Sow. Destroy land, search for a land card, put it on the battlefield, shuffle. Ooh. Entwine. No, we're becoming something different. Like I don't really think we're a ramp deck anymore. I don't. I think our top end is specifically spiders and boiling earths. I just don't think we're a ramp deck anymore. I think we're a fast mana deck. That's different. Like between mandrills and rootwallas and lootings and lumberjacks, I feel like we've got more of, and like rotation and these go into the graveyard quite easily. I feel like what we've actually got here, we just didn't realize it, and I took it to the league thinking it was a ramp deck. It's not a ramp deck, it's a fast mana deck, is what this actually is. Conductor thinks it's just red-green stompy. I think it's just a fast mana deck, really. I like how grindy the spiders are. I like that these are a 0 mana interaction, so they're going to show up here. These are all our tap lands, which is a lot, but mandrills is usually casting. It's been cast so far for 1 mana. I actually think this is what we are. And then the top end's maybe Boiling Earth, or if it's relevant in the matchup, we cast it on 2. I actually think this is what we are. So maybe we do want a copy of Rancor. It actually feels like it fits right in. Then we have some more sideboard options. Until we get more Pyroblast, we run something else. I don't hate a one of Rancor. Now we're realizing we're just trying to be aggressive. Also note it's land, not basic. I noticed that. Yeah, I like that. Lazy. I just don't think we're a ramp deck. I think actually what we've built here is just something that gets out some really aggressive, grindy creatures really quickly. Why not try the Blastoderm? I don't hate Blastoderm. Again, we've cut the empaths. I don't hate Blastoderm. I don't like the fact that it's got fading. I don't like that we only get to utilize this card for a couple turns, really. It gets to block the first run Pulse on the board. Marasas. Pulse and Marasa in the sideboard. Yeah, this is a decent value card, right? Get back a land or more likely creature. We also had a land that did that, though. CZ says the turn 2 Blastoderm will just win, though. I just think there's some green and or red cards out there we haven't explored. Haven't figured out. So let's get some more Boiling Earths. I like the Wickerbow Elders as well for enchantment hate. Can you think of any other spice until we get more copies of Pyroblast? We can run the Dead Gons. I like the Dead and Gons. If we know we're up against Gurmags, they seem hilarious. Green Guild Mage. Or you run freaking Lignify. I don't know. What do you want to run? Those are both. I guess the Dead and Gone is way more a way more flexible answer for Gurmag Angler, however, than the other will ever be. This fits in with this. This fits in with this. Yeah, I mean, like the Dead and Gone, of course, a pet card of mine. Worst case scenario, just kill something small, and we can slide it in the matchups where that's relevant. Best case, you board it in against the Angler decks, and you're like, that's a nice Gurmag. Would be a shame if it was in your hand. Run Ganthan, Worm, Mongrels. Green Guild Mage could be good. I just happen to really love this card. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not. I think that card's sweet. This seems like a much more reasonable curve. Like, we can easily get to Spider just off a couple of these double lands, which is what the deck is doing. Especially if you're ramping with rotation. If you're ramping with Lumberjack, you go straight to them. I don't think the Boiling Earths are unreasonable. We just went up against a bunch of different strategies that are all punishable by this, and worst case scenario, I make it into a 4/4. I mean, these extra sideboard Boiling Earths could just be what? They could be, like Trickeries, though. Like, we maybe should be running a split of Earths and Trickeries. That actually might be more correct. Now that I don't want to buy cards, I already need to buy a Rancor maybe in a turf for this. White Winter says just getting into Pauper, which is more competitive, Delver or Dredge. Dude, be the odd man out. Try Dredge. Seems like too many Boiling Earths. What about just 2? What about a 2-2 split? We know Penumbra's where we want to be, though, for our grind / beating all of the Delvers, potentially. I mean, obviously they just counter the Spider. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's been really grindy. The games that we were playing against Delver, we were like, man, if we just drew the Spiders, we win. Run pluses over Trickery? Like pulses over Trickery? Okay. You still talking about Pulse and Marasa, Aussie? Okay. So Delver is overly popular? No, we've just seen a lot of it with Walker. You don't have to be the odd man out, dude. Play what you want to play. That's actually the first answer. The only answer I really should give you is play what you want, Whitwalker. Or you could brew your own thing. Do it, like, do what you want to do. That's all you can really do, my friend. Delver's still the top dog, says Shirozumon. I wouldn't necessarily say top dog, but it's certainly played the most, and that's what a lot of people are going to perceive. They're going to say, oh, because this is played the most, it's got to be the best, right? Yeah, I'd say so. If you want to go with that reasoning, yes. If you want to go with that reasoning, yes. These are actually more for enchantments, though. Grudge and Gorilla Shaman are just much more mana efficient. I just played against a bunch of dudes today, so I want more kill all of their things. That would have won all the matches we played. At least one pulse. Seems like you need life gain that has multiple different uses. Yeah. I don't hate Pulse and Marasa. I mean, maybe that's better than the Rancor. Rancor was a neat idea, though, with Penumbras. It seems good on the Penumbra, it seems good on the Awakened Boiling, and it seems good on what? Decent on Lumberjack. Really good on Rootwalla. Because you pump this guy, and then you've got a 3-5? I think the one of Rancor might be worth looking into. Evolution Charm seems like a possibility. Schwarzman says it's been winning the most 5-0s. I don't hate Pulse and Marasa, though. I don't hate that idea. Delver's only good because blue is so much better than the other colors. Goblin's a much better aggressive deck, says Conductive. Pulse would be for more controlling decks. I wouldn't say we were trying to be controlling. I thought we were just trying to pump up some really interesting... We're certainly out there. I just really wanted to play around with crop rotation, to be honest with you. I did. Played Doomsday Legacy. My brain hurts. Walla was banned and extended. Oh, Walla's sweet. I like the idea of Walla if we're going to go to lootings to help power out the mandrills. Alright, let's jam some Modern. Run Shaman with Lumberjack. Nantuko Shaman.